Morning. Today, thank you all for tuning in, and I'm gonna be your host for today's live stream. It's Greg, and today we're gonna be looking at GJ, the British pound to the Japanese yen. So, like I said, when we get to the chart, we normally do one thing. That's what we're about to do. So, firstly, let's go to the chart. What do we do when we come to the chart? We'll go see what's happening on the chart. So right now, let's see, give me a sec. So right now, GJ looks bullish right now. So let's see what's happening. Impute risk. So first, we'll come to the chart, and we'll go to Forex Factory and see what's happening. So let's take a good look at pound today. So today is the 25th, and we just have one at 3 a.m. So not really a lot of noise today for GJ. So let's see what happens. We'll go back to the chart. Then what do we have? We'll go to the daily candle as usual. We go to the daily candle, and let's see what the daily candle is saying. The daily candle is kind of bullish right now, so let's just take a good look at it. The daily candle is bullish right now, and the daily candle is bullish. So right now, I think we should be looking for buys because we're kind of creating support, and we have a momentum to the top side right now, which you could see. So I think we might be having a push up. So let's see what the 4 hours and hourly is doing. Give me a sec, let me just pull out the chart. Give me a sec. Let me just pull out something. Let's see the hourly. Okay. So right now the hourly is bullish still. We created support. Now we have to go create some sort of resistance over here. So I think we should be having a push to the top side because we're pushing up. So let's actually see what happens. This is the hourly. The 4 hour, we're having a push to the top. The 4 hour, the hourly, same thing. Same thing on the hourly. And let's see the 30 minutes because I used the 4 hours and an hour time frame to get a good direction of where the trade is going. Then I go to the smaller time frame to pull my trade. So let's go to the 30 minutes and see what's happening. So right now we have a strong resistance we've been holding since Asian, and right now the 30 minutes we're having a strong push to the top side, and we're breaking the highs of the previous candle. So I think we should be having some push up if we close above this candle, because right now if you see we're just having some, this was a strong resistance that was on the Asian price tried going up, we're resisting this side heavily. I don't know if this candle is going to do that, but I doubt. Well, let's just see to the close, because if you look at this candle, this broke all the highs of the previous candle. This is a new high that was just formed. So I think if we're going to be having a push to the top side, we're going to best bet we're going to get to this level first. Best bet we're going to get to this level first. Then let me just mark out those areas. Hey, I'm from Nigeria, but I'm in Canada. He's in Canada right now. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. So like I said, we're having some push momentum to the top side, but let's actually see what happens. Uh, we created some. This was the Asian low. This was the Asian high, right? On the 30 minutes, this was the Asian high. This was the Asian low. And if you look, we're just creating higher highs in terms of support. Like, look at the first support created. Look at the second one. Now we just created a new one. So I think we're going to be having a push to the top side. Why? Because the daily is flipping bullish right now. Like I said, let's see. What is this? Right now, the daily is flipping bullish. We're having a push to the top side. Daily is bullish. Let's see the. That's all because we created some sort of support on the daily candle. Like right now, if you can see this level, kind of rejecting this level, pushing the top side. Then the 4 hour, same thing. We're having a push to the top side. We just create. If you look at 4 hour candle, we're just creating high highs and higher lows. If you look at the candles pushing up, and right now this is the current 4 hour candle having pushed to the top side. Probably the London push is going to take price to this next resistance. You never know, but you just need to anticipate those moves and see what happens. And hourly, which I normally use, we created some sort of support, and we're kind of breaking the resistance right now. So we broke the previous high, so we it on the hourly candle. So let's see what happens. There's not much confirmation yet. You need to see this confirmation before taking trades. Like I said, right? You need to see some sort of confirmation before taking trade. So right now we're kind of flipping, coming to the downside, but we still have 52 minutes on the hourly candle. So let's just wait and see how it plays. On the 30 minutes, so right now you saw there was a strong momentum to the top side, and now we just flipped and we're kind of pushing down. So like I said, this was a strong level of resistance. Are we still gonna push to the top side, or are we going to be heading back down? You never know till you wait for some sort of confirmation, right? The 15 minutes, let's see what the 15 minutes, because I'm after the second 15 minutes to see what happens, because we're having momentum to the bottom side. Right now we're almost breaking the previous 15 minutes low, so this candle is indecisive because for the previous 15 minutes broke the high and the low. Now this one broke the high. If we're going to be going up, you're going to create higher highs and higher lows, but right now this broke the high. Now it's coming back down, so Is this liquidity grab to push down? You want to see all this sort of confirmation. We're making created higher support, this was the support created, now created a new support. Right now this candle is just doing its thing, so you want to see what actually happens on this candle. I don't like this, so you need to wait for some sort of confirmation. Let's check what the daily is doing. Are we flipping? Are we heading back down? Never know. We're still bullish though. Let's check the hourly if we're still bullish on the hour. The hourly candle was bearish, but like I don't like this. We broke the high of the previous hour candle and we're coming back to this level, but you want to see the close, because one thing about the higher time frame breaking the highs, if it's breaking the highs, you want to see some sort of push to the top side, if that makes sense. So we just wait for some right now we have to wait for this 30 minutes, the first 15 minutes can to close before taking trade. If you have any question, just drop it on the chat box and we have a good look at it. Never want to rush, because right now this is a strong level. If you look at the 30 minutes and the hourly, this is a strong level in the market and you need to be really careful. You want to see a break to take trades to the top side. A week is not a break. You need to know that a week is not a break. An actual borders, when it closes, that's when you get confirmation. Like this, you want to see a close above. So let's wait for some sort of confirmation first. This is we're about entering the second 15 minutes of the 30, so let's see what happens. Wait for confirmations, never rush. I don't like this. This we just rallied up and now we're just going back down. I don't like that at all. Are we going to be having push to the downside? Normally, look at this. It was the previous 30 minutes. It closed a bearish doji, but I try to ignore this because this is just like the candle opened and closed on same place. This candle, the whole of the 30 minutes, open and close in the same place. And the previous candle, I tried to use the previous candle. This was bullish though, so are we going to be having pushed the top side still, or you never know? Wait for some sort of confirmation. Why was this push? Do we have any news that was gonna affect the market? Let's check. Uh, Pound rises on Brexit deal, saying killed by virus economic blow. This was an hour ago, so I don't know. Pound, yes, I don't think there's a news affecting the pound like that right now. Yeah, there was this news which affected the pound like an hour ago, but right now we don't have anything. I don't know why that push was just there. Just grab liquidity right now. We're just pushing to the top side and now we're just heading down. I don't like that. So the first 15 minutes closed bearish. I think it's almost closing. It's closing in about 1 minute. It's closing bearish. This 15 minutes. I'm after the second 15 minutes. It doesn't close yet. It's just been indecisive. So you need to be careful. Pay more attention to this, to the close. I'm after the second 15 minutes. It's closing 20 seconds. So let's see what happens. I don't know what's wrong. Why this is just buffering, and I don't like this at all. You see how I have my levels marked out? If we're pushing to the downside, I have my levels marked out, and if we're pushing to the top side, let's see what happens. The previous candle just broke the low of the previous candle. Right now, I don't like how it's breaking the highs and the low of both. If you go to the 30 minutes, let's see the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes hasn't broken the low of the previous 30, so if it breaks the low, then I'm convinced we're going to be going down because the 30 minutes is a strong confirmation than the 15 minutes. We are almost breaking. I think we're going to what happens. We're having strong momentum to the downside. I don't know why, but yeah, it is what it is. But we haven't broken it right now, but we're going to be having a push down or push to the top. Let's see. You need to wait for some sort of confirmation. Right now we're flipping bearish, and right now we're not closing above, so are we going to be back pushing back down? Probably. If we're heading up, you want to see a break of this level. You want to see a close on this level to push to the top side or pushing back down. You never know. Are we going to arrange? Because right now we have break this previous low of the 30. We're coming back to support, which I think that's what's happening. Yeah. You need to wait for confirmations, right? Never rush. Never ever rush the market. So right now I know we're gonna head back to the support since morning. We're gonna head down to support, but is this liquidity grab to just push hell down? Probably. Or we're gonna just break this level and just keep coming down. Let's go back to the hourly candle because we're having strong momentum to the downside right now. Because we're in a strong level, but right now we just grabbed liquidity and we broke the highs and the low. Now we're going to be pushing to the downside probably, so you need to mark your areas of targets. Let's see, we broke this support on the hourly. Right now are we going to be heading back to the next support on the hourly? Because I use hourly to mark out and 30 minutes to mark out. Let's go back to the 30 minutes. Let's see what happens. This was the most recent support, which price is kind of breaking right now. We just broke it, so let's see what happens. I think we're having strong push to the downside because we just grabbed liquidity and now we're pushing down. So let's see. If you have any chart you want us to go through, just drop it down and we'll take a good look at it. So the 15 minutes, we're heading up. Like that's why I said never jump a moving trend. Right now we're heading up, strong bullish, and look how we just reversed. Definitely for me, I thought we're gonna be having a push to the upside because we're just creating higher supports and stuff. We created this one, we created this. I thought we are gonna be having a push to the top side, but did not. We just grabbed liquidity and now we're pushing back down. So I did not really like that at all. At all. So right now we're gonna be stuck in this level again, or what's gonna happen? My was like I said, if you come into the trade, always have a bias, right? Always have a bias for what trade you're gonna be taking and stuff. The daily few minutes ago, what we saw this, it was heavily bullish, pushing to the top side, and now we're bearish. We're kind of flipping to the downside. So are we coming down? Are we going back up? You never know. Now it's a doji. I don't like this. You need to wait for some certain levels to be broken to take your buys or yourself. Let's see the 4 hours. The 4 hours right now, if you look, let me just zoom it out. The 4 hours is flipping. It's kind of flipping. It hasn't flipped yet, but we just grab liquidity and we're flipping. Now we're gonna be flipping back to the downside, probably, or you never know. The market is crappy right now, so this Thursday. The hourly broke the top side and the bottom side, so I don't know where all this is coming from. Ideally, I was thinking we're gonna be pushing to the top side because of this, this, and this. If that makes sense. But let's see what actually plays out. If we're gonna be having a good sale, I think close below this candle. If we're gonna be having a sale, we want to see a close of this of a candle below this level, this previous support, to be pushing price back down to this the hourly support. Oh, give me a sec. So Euro GPP, bullish flag. I mean Euro GPP. Let's check it. Good look at it. GCAT same sells on. I'll take a good look at GCAT. I don't know why you just grab liquidity. I would just grabbing it to have a push to the downside. Probably you never know. So just anticipate this most before the London push, and we'll see where it goes. Let's take a good look at Euro GBP first. Euro GBP. Well, right now we're kind of having the push to the downside. So I'm after the okay. This the 30 minutes about closing, and 30 minutes is closing bearish. So if I was going to take an aggressive trade right now, like if the close of this candle, I'm just trying to explain something. 5 minutes closes. If this candle closes like this, and we're gonna go down, for instance, I want to take an aggressive trade. My entry is gonna be the break of this current low and stop loss above. But right now, look at my stop loss and look at my target. Like, is it making sense? My risk to reward ratio. It's not making sense at all. So Probably go to the 5 minutes and see if we break the low of the previous five. I know we're going to be having a push to this downside for sure. If the next candle opens and breaks the low, stop loss below this level, up, yeah, stop loss here and potential target. But let's see, we still have 4 or 5 minutes to go, so let's see what happens. Euro GBP. Euro GBP. So either when the euro is going up, the pound goes down. The euro GBP, once the euro is going up, the pound goes down. But right now the euro is kind of a doji level. But so far we've been bullish, bullish, bullish. So probably we might have a push to the top side. But let's see, we created support and we're trying to push to the top side, which is actually with what we are seeing. Euro GBP for a buy, I think. But let's just see what's actually gonna happen. So the 4 hours right now, we're just printing side by side. There's not really a direction, but if you look at the current 4 hour candle, let me just zoom out. If you look at the current 4 hour candle, you see that we're flipping from the bottom side and we're having a push to the top side. So buyers are in the market right now, pushing price up, right? So let's look at the hour. Same thing, like I said, buyers are in the market. We're just flipping. Right now we're heading down. Now we're flipping, but still on the hour we're just printing sideways, side by side, side by side. But the current hourly candle, we're flipping. We have 32 minutes left in the hour, so I will try to create some sort of support because if you look at this level, which is the strong level in the market, which a strong level in the market, which are we resisting this level in the market? This level is it a strong support to push price up? Probably, but you want to get some. I think we're having a push to the top side, but let's see on the 30 minutes what's happening on the 30. This is a strong level of support, and the 30 minutes closes or two in 2 minutes, and right now it's flipping to the top side. So are we trying to create support to push to the top side? Yeah, that makes sense. If that's what's gonna happen, if that's what's happening, that actually makes sense. So we're flipping with the 30 minutes strong confirmation is flipping bullish, and this is 30 minutes time frame up. So I think buys are going to be ideal. We're creating stop, and for me, I'll be anticipating buys. I think the having a push to the top side. Yeah, this is about closing in a minute 22 seconds, and I think we can be having a push to the top side. Uh, yeah, so I think buy is valid. Even the hourly like buy we're kind of flipping, but we want to see a close of the candle first. The 30 minutes about closing, but we're flipping. We're bearish before, but now we're flipping back to the top side. So uh, let's see the someone said G card. You want to for those on Euro, you want to see the close first and see how it closes. Because right now, if we're going down, this is a weak confirmation for sales because this is actually closing a doji. There's no direction right now. We're again pushing back up, but we'll see after the 1 seconds. Let's see how it closes. Uh, G card, GBP Like on the GPP just now, I said an aggressive sell. Let me just go back. An aggressive sell. Wow, this candle is about closing. 30 minutes candle is about closing now. Wow, we're just heading down. Wow. If this candle breaks the low of this previous candle, that means I think we're going to have a push down. But right now, if we're going to take a trade, because before we were in this level, I thought we are going to close here, then take a trade on the break of the candle, stop loss below and heading for this target. Potential first target and secondly get to this level. But right now, your risk is way too much. The risk is way too much. I don't like this at all. Or might be having a push to the downside as well. Let's see. Uh, let's see GCAD, because this is my potential target for the trade, or this level. There are two levels. This level. An aggressive trade is going to be stop loss below, and the break of this candle should be your entry to anticipate this level TP1 and anticipate this level TP2. The arrow, it's are we going to be rejecting this level? You want to see some sort of confirmation for it to take buy. For it to take buy, you need to see a bullish candle, at least a bullish close, then anticipate the next candle to break the high of the bullish candle to go up. But right now, I don't like this. For those looking for buys, you want to see some sort of confirmations to take buys on this pair. You want to see a bullish candle closing, something like this, a bullish candle. Let's say we're having sales, then you want to take buy, you want to see some sort of bullish candle, then you want to take, and if you're anticipating buys, you want to take your entry when this candle, the next candle breaks the high of this candle to your potential target. Uh, so left for me, I don't even look at every GBP, I just look at just one pair, but let's see how that plays out. GBP cards, let's see. GBP card, same sell. GBP card minutes, and if you can look at what's happening in the 30 minutes, I think we're just printing side by side. Right now, there's not really a level. When I say side by side, we're kind of in a range. Mainly looking at it, look at this level. Look, a good trade, a good trade. You want to see a break above this. This was the high so far of the body, and this was the low. You want to see a break on one or two levels. But right now, the previous candle right now was bearish, went up. But right now, it's coming back down. We broke the low of the previous candle. So are we going to be having a push to the downside? If we're going to be having a push to the downside, you mark out your potential target. This should be your first target, this level. And if we break into the top side, where's the potential target for the top side? Is this level. Why? Check this level of reaction, this level. But right now we still have 26 on the 30 minutes, so you never know. We're just in a range for G card, so right now you can't really know the direction of the trade, but you can know through the higher time frame too, just to get a direction before the London open, to get a push to the direction it is. So right now the hourly candle is bearish. We're pushing down. The hourly candle is bearish. So left for me, if I'm on this trade, if I want to take this trade, you want to see a break from this range, a close from this range to anticipate the trade to go down, or if you break the top side, you want to anticipate the trade to go up. So how do I get an entry through rejection with a different time frame? So like I said, let's go to JPY. like I said, if I'm on this, let's say I use the 4 hour. Let me just explain everything again. When I got on this chart initially, this was a bullish candle. The 4 hour was flipping to the top side heavily. The 4 hour candle was flipping to the top side heavily. 4 hour candle. When I got on the chart, daily was bullish. But right now, we just grab liquidity, I think, and now we're having a push to the downside. But you never know what direction we're going. The 4 hours is still like, we still have 2 hours in the 4 hours. So I use the higher time frame to get the direction of where trade is going. Then I go to the smaller time frame to the hour and 30 minutes to like execute my trade. So let's go to the hour. Hour. This is a strong level since the Asian session. We've been rejecting that level. Price came to this level, rejected. Price came to this level, rejected. Price came and rejected. So this candle, for me, I was thinking we're going to be having a push to the top side because we're creating support. We created another one. I will create this. I will create this higher support. But when I saw this candle, I was thinking this was the break, and that's why you need to wait for the candles to close to actually know what's actually happening. This went all the way up, broke all the highs, and look at how it came back down. So that's why you wait for the candles to close. The candle right now it's closing in 23 minutes. The hourly candle, and right now it's bearish, heavy bearish candle. So right there's a high chance once the support is formed, there's going to be a resistance being formed in the the higher time frame. No, all time frame. Once support is formed and resistance is formed, there's always a high chance we have to go retest both of them. Let's say right now we're kind of creating a resistance on this level. We have to go retest this support that was being formed over here, if that makes sense. So the hourly is bearish because I come to the chart pre before the session. Let's say right now we're on the pre London session before the London push because the London open is going to be in 23 minutes. So I come and anticipate the direction which the actual trade is going, then get a push to the direction which I want, which it's already in. So I anticipate those moves, then I take my entry. So I come to the hour. Let's go to the hour. This is the hour. This is the hour. Then I go to the 30 minutes. I use the 30 minutes and the 15 minutes to take entries. I don't use the hour time frame to take entries because you need a smaller time frame to get those directions properly. You want to see those directions to actually get your trade nice and smooth. If that makes sense. So the 30 minutes candle, same thing. We're rejecting this level. So price came all the way up and look how this 30 minutes closed. It came back down inside to determine like for me saying this, I know there's a heavy level of rejection on this side that might be pushing to the downside. In my brain, what I'm already thinking, what do I do as a trader? We're having heavy rejections, and this is a strong level of resistance that hasn't been broken since the Asian session. So what am I going to be thinking? We're going to be having a push to the downside. I'm going to be looking for sales, and if for once you're trading, if we're going to be going down, you need to be creating lower lows and lower highs, and if we're going up, you want to be creating higher highs and higher lows. So this, when I saw this initially breaking out from breaking this high, because we're like I said, we created this, we created this, we created this. We're having momentum to the top side. When I came in, we're having bullish candle. And I saw this, but the candle hasn't closed yet. Left for me, I was thinking we're going up, but this candle broke this. So I was thinking we're going to be pushing to the top side. But this level of resistance was a strong level. So that's how you mark out those levels, mark out your support and resistance level. When I come, like I said, this was strong. Then now this candle came back to the range, came back inside to close. Like this is a strong level of resistance. It came back to this level, came back inside and closed. Like we haven't broken it yet. When I mean break, you want to see this body closing above this previous ones that was being formed. You want to see a strong close, not just the weak. You want to see a strong close, which did not happen. So I think we're going to be having some push to the downside, hopefully. Then I go to the 15 minutes time frame. I use the second 15 minutes of the 30 minutes candle to actually plan my trade out. The 15 minutes time frame. So the first 15 minutes is always fake out. The first 15 minutes are always fake out. The first 15 minutes, you always know that this always fake out. So I'm after the second 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes can fake you out. So right now, like I said, an aggressive trade, if we're pushing down, you want to see a break of the, just keep on breaking the lows and keep on breaking the lows to keep going down. If we're going to be pushing to the downside, and if we're pushing to the top, we want to be seeing a break of the highs. So right now, this first 15 minutes is opening. So I'm after it just open and we're bullish right now. It's closing in 4 minutes and we're bullish. But after the second 15 minutes time frame, this was a strong support. If you look at it, this was a support that was being formed. This candle just closed below the support. And there's one thing about breakout levels or zones. So if you break out a support or we break out from a resistance like this, is actually closing below this level that was this, look at this support. If we close like this, there are two things that can happen. We can break, go back, retest that level to potential push down, or we can break and the next candle can just break the low and just keep going down. So there are two things that you should keep in mind when you see a break off for support or resistance. Right now we broke, so right now I think we have a potential retest to push down. Because why? Let me just explain something quickly. The hourly is strong bearish if you look, and the London opens in about 19 minutes and we're bearish. So what do you think? Once the London open, we're gonna have a push to the downside, probably this support. Because once we're coming down, the price actually goes check those levels, support, resistance, price goes check those levels. So you need to wait. I'm after the next 15 minutes. Let's see what the next 15 minutes does. If that makes sense. So right now GJ is just playing around. Just today is Thursday, you need to be really careful. Sometimes the market can be crappy, but it obeys the same thing. This is the 15 minutes. The 15 minutes is a week time frame for taking trade. That's why I use the other 15 minutes, not the first one, because the 30 minutes has two 15 minutes. I'm after the second one of the 30 to give me a clear direction, because the 30 and the hourly gives me a strong direction of where the trade is actually going. Now this is the 30 minutes. We still have 16 minutes in it. So let's see what happens. I'm after the next 15 minutes. So when is 15 minutes? I go to the 15 minutes time frame to see what's happening. Let's see. GJ for a while now, for a couple of weeks now, GJ has been ranging a lot. I don't know why. We always have solid push in the New York session, but there's always a push in every session, but most times GJ just ranges side by side movement before it actually has its movement. Let's check GCAD. What's GCAD doing? Like I said, if you want to take a trade, you want to take a trade with the those who ask for GCAD. You want to see a close above this level. This was the resistance actually formed initially, because you're after the body when you're talking of resistance. This was the actual resistance being formed. You want to see the candle closing above this previous one to take buys up, and you want to see a candle closing below this level to take the trade down, because GCAD is ranging. I think that's why all the GPP pairs are just ranging. There's no clear direction of where trade is going. I don't like this. You want to break out from this to have a direction of where you're going to. So, what are the key intermarket? What do you mean key intermarket relationship? What do you mean by key intermarket relationship? Someone just asked the question. What do you mean by that? So right now, like I said, I'm after the next 15 minutes candle. This one can just be doing its thing, and if this breaks the low of this one, I think we're gonna be having a push to the downside because the the London opens in about 15 minutes. So if you have any question, just put it on the chat box. Then we'll take a good look at your question. So right now, what I think GJ is gonna do right now, who's gonna be taking potential entries? I think a break of this candle, and I think price is gonna rally all the way back down to this support if we break this level. Because the London is opening, the hourly, the higher time frame is giving me like a, it gives you a clear confirmation where trade is going to. The hourly closes in 30 minutes and we're heavily bearish. So I think we're going to push to this level first, then potential the next level, the next support. That's this level though. But I just marked this one. But I know we're going to be having a push to the downside. You want to mark out your target before you're taking trades. We're having a strong bearish in the current market. So let's see what actually happens. See the 30 minutes, we're flipping bearish back now. It's closing in 12 minutes. And if you see, this 30 minutes broke the low of this previous 30. So the first 15 minutes candle, like I said, this one can just be a write-off. The first one is always doing its thing, and the second one we anticipate because of the hourly is still bullish. But right now we're just in a very messy area. A clear trade, we want to see a break of this candle. This should be your entry stop loss above. Then potential target should be this level. First target and second target. You anticipate those moves. Let's say, for instance, this the London push. That's if we break this stuff. I mean, what will happen maybe when gold is down? Which other currency pairs or indices really? Gold is down. It's only gonna affect the just. That's why you're trading gold via the USD. So it's just mainly going to be gold and USD. Like gold doesn't, I don't think it affects any other pair. So I don't really think their relationship. You just need to, when you're trading, just come to the chart, plan your targets and plan your areas, then execute. Don't You need to be worried about the pair you're actually trading, not for other pairs, because everything moves differently. You don't need to be worried about what other pairs are doing. Me, I'm going to be anticipating this trade. I feel we're going to be having a push down, and my stop loss is just going to be below this previous candle right now being formed. I think we're just going to be having a push to the downside when we break this, but it's not yet. We haven't broken the highs or low yet, so the London Open is going to push price to the direction where it's actually going. But I'm thinking we're gonna, since the hourly is bullish, but you never know, or we're gonna be pushing to the to the top side. You never know. You want to anticipate those moves. The London opens in 11 minutes roughly. So when you're trading, you need to be concerned about what you're actually looking at the moment. The pair you're looking at. Don't be worried about the relationship. And it's only news that can affect the market. News. So like I said, only if we break the low of this candle, I'm going to be taking an entry, anticipating the direction. This move stop loss below previous candle. Like I'm going to put my stop loss here. Why? Based on I don't expect this for going down. I don't expect the next candle to break the high of the previous candle. I don't use 5 minutes for confirmation. That's really too weak for me. There are a lot of fake outs. If let's go to the 5 minutes, you see there are a lot of fake outs that's actually happened. A lot of fake outs. Look at this candle. This broke the low, it broke the high. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The 5 minutes is weak. I don't like that. There's a lot of fake out that happens in the 5 minutes. So be really careful. Yeah, GJ 5 minutes. I don't like the 5 minutes candle though. I don't like. I don't play with the 5 minutes candle. So like I said, if after the 15 minutes candle, because we're in the last 15 minutes, let's see a break of this candle. A break of this candle, I'm going to be having an entry to push price down to the side, back to this previous support. Because why I said that the hourly, the 4 hours, the daily right now are currently bearish. Because let's say for instance, before you push in the candle, let's say the 4 hours, you were looking at your 4 hour candle. Your 4 hour candle is what? The 4 hour candle is bearish, flipping bearish. The 4 hour candle. Then the look at your hourly candle. Your hourly candle. This is before the London push, right? Your the hourly candle right now is bearish, strong bearish. Then you look at your 30 minutes. What's your 30 minutes doing? Your 30 minutes what? Your 30 minutes is bearish, rejecting this level heavily, bearish. What's your 15 minutes actually doing at the moment? Your 15 minutes is what? Your 15 minutes is bearish. So what do you expect when the London opens? You just expect price to just go. Yeah, it happens to fake out, but like I expect the break of this candle for price to just rally all the way down for sales, if that makes sense. Because for currently the the 30 minutes already broke the low of the previous 30 minutes. This candle, but you want to see a close first. You don't want to just for this 30 minutes closing bullish. It hasn't closed. We have 7 minutes to go, but this is a weak bullish. We're rejecting this level heavily. This is a weak bullish. If that makes sense. I told you I'm going to take a trade. I'm just gonna an aggressive trade. This level, I know we're going to have reaction at this level. At this level, so this level, I'm going to be closing partial profit at this level first, then allow price to just rally all the way back down. If that makes sense. 5 minutes is a weak confirmation. Never use the 5 minutes. I don't like that. So we're going to be having a push the London down to the downside. Maybe anticipate those moves. Anticipate what's happening right now. We rejected this level of resistance. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? When can I analyze before trading? And can you briefly explain how you trade news? Uh, because regardless, one thing I've noticed, regardless of the news, okay, once there's news and there's a direction for the news, if the market is actually going down before the economy, like the economy was bad and everything was going down, after the news is just gonna play out, just do its stuff, and after that, that's why you see all this rejection. Just grab liquidity and just push down, back like the trade, or you always get your how will I put it? You get same the direction of where the trade is actually your the actual chart is before. It's always still gonna go there. The news is just for the time, that time where the news is. After that moment, it's always gonna have a correction. So sometimes it just plays the same way because if there is news, it can just follow the same direction which is already set. That's why you wait for candles to close, get confirmation, not just oh we're heading up. Then the news can just bring the price all the way back down before it start going back up again. So that's why I wait for candles to close to get confirmation, not just oh on the bullish we're going up, the trade is going up. No, 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 I don't just do that. I don't do that at all. But once there is a news, regardless, that if you wait for candles to close, regardless, it's still gonna follow same price action, breaking the highs and the lows, regardless, and you're just gonna still just keep pushing. If that makes sense. When can I analyze before trading? Can you briefly explain how you trade news? So before I like I said, I come in an hour before the open of the session, like the pre-London. Just plan out my stuff, then yeah, then go with it. Plan out my idea, then go with it. So now we're in the last 5 minutes of the open. So are we gonna be having a push to the upside or the downside? Everything has been bearish, so are we gonna be having a push to the downside or to the top side? This current candle hasn't broken. That's why I said if this the new candle opening or this candle or the new candle opening breaks the low of this candle or breaks the high of this candle, that's the direction this thing's gonna go. But right now we're heavily bearish, so I think we're just gonna be pushing to the downside. But I want to see a break of the current candle, if that makes sense. Because we've been rejecting this level heavily. Are we just rejecting this level to just, or is the market just gonna, is it just grab momentum? Is it just gonna come down to grab momentum to push back up? It's very possible. Very, very possible. You need to be careful because we haven't broken this level for a long time. So you need to be really careful. The Asian session, we did not break this level. So are we just gonna grab liquidity to just push back up? Very possible. Right now, the 30 minutes is bullish. Let's look at the hourly. The hourly is what? The hourly is what? The hourly, it's rejecting the level, pushing to the top side. But let's see what actually happens in 2 minutes. Let's see what happens in 2 minutes. Are we grabbing liquidity to just push back up? So right now, if we broke this high, then I think we should be heading up. So that's how you change your bias before the push. I think we just grab liquidity to push back up. It's closing in a minute, so are we just gonna be having a push to the top side? So this clearly is not working. So definitely is the next thing you do. You need to change bias ASAP. That's why you don't just rush. You wait for candles to close then. Or are we gonna be having anticipate this move? Are we just grabbing liquidity to push up because we've not broken this level in a while? So are we just gonna have a yeah, like I said, the London just opened. So are we just gonna have push to the top side? London opens in a minute. This clearly did not break the low. That's why I waited. I said if we broke the low, and clearly we did not break the low. So I think we just grab liquidity to just push it back to the top side. If that makes sense. I think we should be having a push to the top side. Regardless of this level. This level is just holding, but I think we're having right now. I took my trade right now because I saw we're flipping to the top side. We broke this high. That's why I'm after the next 15 minutes of the candle. You see? I'm after the next 15 minutes, not this one. This one can, the first one's always fake out. This one did not break the low of this one. If we had broken the low, I would have executed my trade, but it did not break the low, but we broke the high. This is the current 15 minutes, and then I'm going to be having a push to the top side. That's why you wait and get a stress-free trading. Never just rush and like let's go to the hourly candle. What's the hourly candle doing? The hourly candle is let's go to the hour candle. The hour candle right now flip bullish. You see how it closed? It flip bullish from the bottom side. So let's see what actually is happening. Are we gonna be having a stop side, or we're just gonna, right now I took my entries from here. You see, we just broke the high again, and so I think we should be having a push to the top side. Another day of stress-free trading. I think we're gonna be flying wide to the next level. Let's see how it actually plays out. The London just opened, or are we just gonna be having a push back down? If we break this high, this current high, then I think we should be pushing up. If that makes sense, we should be pushing up. Yep, another day, another dollar. I love this. I love this. Wait for confirmation and just execute your trade. So we just broke this one, so I think we should be having a push to the top side. Why? Because we have clean candles to the left. So let's see how it plays out. So right now I just put my trade on break even. Right now, my trade is on break even because I'm some few pips up. I'm on break even right now. This was my entry because I have magic keys. I can just execute right away. Right now I'm bricks free and just let it run. I just closed 50% of my trade. Then let's see how it plays out. Hello? If you have any question, just drop it down in the chat box. Like you see how you analyze before the pre-London to get the London push and just go with it. Let's go to GCAD. What's GCAD doing? GCAD, you see what GCAD did? GCAD just closed up also. On the next candle broke the high. I told you two things can happen once we break a range. Are we gonna break a range? Are we gonna come back to do a retest, or is the next candle just gonna break the high to keep on pushing up? This should be my first target, and I think this level. Oh no, this level should be my first target. I'm gonna have some sort of reaction overall than this level. You anticipate this most. So right now I'm on break even. I closed 50% of my trade, so let's just see how this trade runs. I'll be right back. So I just got stopped out, but I closed 50% of my trade. So let's go to the 30 minutes. The we actually closed above. Yeah, I am Nigerian. So we closed above. So and this should be your stop. Who was on this trade? The previous 15 minutes is your stop loss. The previous 15 minutes is your stop loss. Where is it? Let me just try that out. I think we're still going to be having a push to the top side of what, like this was my entry targeting this level, the next resistance, and this was my stop loss. So it hasn't hit this the previous candle should be your stop loss, because if you're anticipating price to go up, you want to making highs and higher lows. So right now it just closed me out on break even, but I secured profit. So let's see what happens. Right now we're back in, but we actually broke the resistance. If you could see this level, This candle, look at this. This candle closed above all previous candles, like the actual body, not just the, not just the wick, actual close. So, have any question? Just put it on the chat box and let's see. Let's take a good look at any pair you want to look at for sure. Down. You see, GJ is just playing, but you see the psychology of what I said about the G card. We just broke above. Are we having a retest to come push forward? Yeah, very possible. You need to wait. I already closed my trade. Closed me at break even, but I already secured profit on GJ and J card. Are we having a retest, potential retest to push back up? Some days are really shitty like this, but some days you need to just plan and execute ASAP, if that makes sense. Oh wow. Same for the hourly candle. The hourly candle rejected this level so bad and came up and closed above. So it broke the high of the previous candle. I think we should be flipping back up, or we need to wait for this confirmation. I don't know. This is a strong level in the market. Let's see what happens. What's gonna be happen with this? GJ or G card are just playing, going up, down. But let's see. I have a stop loss for those in this trade, because if you want, it's better for you to cut losses short. If I say, oh, we are breaking this low, there's no need for me being on the trade, because you just, most people wants to see this happening or it's about approaching their stop loss, they just keep reducing their stop loss, keep moving it. If you do that, you're just gonna blow your account. Because once you're anticipating trade to go up, it's not supposed to be breaking the lows of the previous candle. You just need to just keep on going till you get to your destination, the destination you want to get to. Then yeah. So right now, GPP is just, let's see, we broke. Are we trying to create some sort of support to continue back up? That's one thing to look at. Let's see what the next 15 minutes does. So right now we're pushing back down. We just, I don't like this. We created a new low. We created a new high. Before we're creating highs. Now we created a low. Now we created a new high. Like GG is really messy right now. So anticipate those levels and get your pre-profit and leave the trade. So right now it's approaching the stop loss. If it hits, it hits. Well, we secure trade, secure profit. Let's see, and stop loss about to be hit. This is first loss on the live stream. So yeah, so right now it's better for you to just exit the trade because we're actually the way break. Yeah, we're just breaking the law of the candle. So no need for most people. I don't know why they just keep pushing their stop loss. They push their stop loss down, just keep pushing it and just keep pushing it. That's wrong. You need to be really once it breaks the low, you're out of the trade. Always cut loss short and just wait for the next opportunity and just let it go. But for ideal trading, it broke the high, and the next thing for price to do, price has to some sort of create some sort of support to push back up. But right now, we just broke the previous low of the previous 30, and we broke the high of the 30. So right now, GJ, it's do we have news that's affecting this market right now? So I think it's maybe because of this, but this happened like 2 hours ago. But right now, GJ is just playing. Let's take a look at the other pairs. If you have any pair you want us to take a good look at, just put it on the chat box. Then we'll take a good look at it. Let's see what the next 15 does. You see one thing why it's good to secure profit early. Like once you see some when price got to this level, there was a level of reaction on this side, but we closed bullish. The hourly closed bullish. The previous candle broke the high, and ideally, price is just supposed to continue the way up. But right now, it just broke the high and it broke the low. But we'll close above. But are we trying to create some sort of support to push up? Let's see. Let's see what's being played out. Let's check the 15. So let's see what the next 15 is gonna do. Next 15. So right now, for those who did not secure profit, wait for some sort of confirmation for you to take another trade. So right now, this level is messy. This was the Asian high, and this was the Asian low. We just let's go to the 30. We broke the Asian high, anticipating price to keep pushing up, but it did not. Don't push back down. So let's see what happens on the next 15. Let's see what the next 15 does. Are we gonna break the low? If we break the low, I think we're just gonna be pushing down back to this level. Or we're gonna be pushing back up, creating some sort of support to push back. Let's see. See what happens. Are we gonna break the low? So right now we're about breaking the low, so I think we'll be having a push to the downside. I think we'll be having a push to the downside. So the first trade I lost, I didn't lose it, but it closed me at break even, where I secured 50% of my profit with my magic keys. That's why it's good to have this. Uh, right now, you wait for another opportunity to set up. We just broke the low, so we're gonna be heading those. Like that's why I marked those levels for possible things to happen, and let's see if it's gonna happen. We just broke the previous 30 minutes low. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let's see. We have 11 minutes and 30 minutes. Let's see how we're gonna be pushed. We just broke the low of the previous 30, of the previous 15. Are we gonna be having a push to the downside? Let's see. This was the first level I marked out. One price get to this level, we're gonna have some sort of rejection, which played out beautifully well. Price got here and rejected, then now, so where are we heading back to? Right now, price is just doing its thing. Uh, so right now, I think what's happening right now, we're having some sideways movement. There's no clear direction of where price is going. We're having a sideways movement. Are we going to create some sort of support to push back up? Because we just broke this high. Possible. Very, very possible. Let's see. Are we creating some sort of support to push back up? Because we just broke the highs. If we just broke the resistance, are we creating some sort of support? Very possible. But you want to see confirmation. You want to see a bullish candle at the 30 minutes, then take the break of the next 30 minutes to push up. We're closing in 9 minutes, and let's see where we're actually going to head to. this is closing in 9 minutes, so we're gonna be having to push the top side or to the downside. But right now, it's only ideal for you to wait for support to be created to push back up. Let's see what happens. So we're having to push to the top side. Oh wow, I love this. GJ is playing. Let's see what happens. Have any question? Just put it on the chat box. Let's look at it. The first 15, the second 15 is closing bullish. But it broke the low. So right now, GJ is printing side by side. There's no clear movement. But ideally, we're supposed to be heading to the top side. But it's not happening. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see the hourly. What's the hourly saying? The hourly is bearish. You want to see some sort of bullish candle being formed for it to take price back up. So let's see. It's closing in 4 minutes. Wow, for G card, you saw this. I love this. This played out beautifully well. this J-Cat played out beautifully well. This was my target and just went through and just doing his thing. Nine pips. I'm gonna be emptying another buy. This is gonna be my last trade. If we break this high in the 5 minutes, because I feel we should be having a push to the top side or the 50, not the 30. If the next candle, if we break the 5 minutes high, this is a weak confirmation, but I think we're having momentum to the top side. Because why I'm using the 5 minutes, I'm looking for a low risk. I don't want to have a big stop loss. I'm looking for low risk, which price you just keep pushing back up. If we break this high, this should be my entry. Stop loss below, then potential target back to the top side. Let's see how it's gonna play if we break this high, because we're almost approaching the high. So you use when you're trading, you use different things to just determine your trade. So let's see, we just broke the high, so I just got in the trade right now. So let's see what's gonna happen. We have momentum to the top side, so let's see what's gonna happen. Are we gonna be stuck in the range? We broke. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Like I said, I just took an aggressive trade though, but for you guys, ideally you have to wait for some sort of support to be formed. You want to see some sort of bullish candle to be formed and take a trade at the break of the next candle, if that makes sense. So right now this candle is closing, and let's see what the 30 minutes. How is it closing? 30 minutes closing. 30 minutes is closing bullish. So you want to take a trade at the break of the next candle to anticipate if we close bullish though. But the 15 is closing a strong bullish, and this is a heavy rejection from the downside, so we should be having a push to the top side. Was this liquidity possible? The market was just really crap at the first 20, yeah, first 30 minutes of London Open. Well, let's see what's gonna happen. This was my entry in the 5 minutes. Stop loss on this level. So like I said, one or two trades a day. If I get back to the top side, if I break this candle, for who wants to take this trade, you want to see a break of this candle first to take it to the top side, the break of this candle. Wait for the break, don't just jump in. I did it because, yeah, we have a momentum. We rejected this level so bad. This is strong support in the market. If you look, we rejected this so bad and we pushed to the top side. So right now, is this candle gonna flip and go to the top side? The 30 minutes closed bearish though. 30 minutes closed. How did 30 minutes close? 30 minutes closed a very weak bearish. This was strong momentum from the downside to the top side. So I'm going to be flipping back up. Anticipate. Use your different time frames to play. So we're flipping, yeah. I just anticipated because of the strong momentum. This closed very weak bearish because of the momentum. Let's look at GCAD. GCAD still going, it's doing its thing. Well, for those who took this trade, this was a nice one. For those who took GCAD, this was a nice trade because this was marked out if we broke out the range, and yeah, it just went all the way to the top side. I already took my trade because of the 5 minutes, so this was my entry. I'm already on profit. So if this kind of closes in one of, I'm going to reduce my risk and just bring it halfway. Because the 5 minutes can be heavy fake out, you can just break this low and just go back up. So let's see how this plays out. Are we creating some sort of support? Like I said, wait for support to be formed and take the break of the next candle. It hasn't broken. For those who want to take a trade, you want to see a break of this candle to push up. Are we going to be having that push? Let's see. Are we going to be having the push? Let's go. And now we're breaking it. Yeah, wow, wow, wow. I love this. So we broke the previous 30 minutes high, I guess. Did we? No, we haven't. But we broke the previous 30 minutes high, so I think we should be having a push to the top side. Heavy liquidity grab to the top side. Let's see. So we just wait for price to do it. Then the first 15 minutes closes in 9 minutes. So I think we should be having momentum to the top. I'll be right back. 5 minutes a week confirmation for taking trade. I just took it because we have a momentum, and let's see how the 7 minutes plays out. This level and this level. Let's go to the 30 minutes. These are strong levels in the market. Let's go to the 30. I just closed my trade. I don't like how it's looking. So two trade, one I managed my risks properly, and the second one was a loss. So an ideal trade, do you want to see some sort of bullish candle? Then I'm gonna call it a day. So for myself, see we're flipping. Oh wow, the closing is in 6 minutes. So let's see what happens. So we had a very indecisive day today. I think GCAD moves properly, so good for those who took this one or listing. We broke, created resistance, came back, and this one just finished just played out beautifully well. GOJ. I closed the straight, but wow, I would have left it for good. I already overall I'm in profit for tonight. So oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. I love this. Just going as planned out. Let's go, GJ. We haven't pushed to the top side, and we're just heading to the top side as planned. This level, we're just having some sort of reaction because of this level. But I think once this candle breaks this candle, break this high, I think we should be having some strong push back to this resistance. Because so as price goes up, like I said, the price always scans what's the next level, what's the next level. We're pushing up, price pushing up, but it's scanning. It wasn't level of reaction. Where are we reacting to? Look at this level, it's crappy. But if it breaks this previous one, I think we should be heading all the way to this resistance. That's if it breaks it, which I think it should, because there's no. I think it should. We rejected this level, so are we going to be having push to the top side? Let's see. For those who took the trade, Yeah, we just broke it. So I think we broke the previous 30 minutes high. Yeah, we did. This level is crappy, but I know we're gonna be having to push to the top side for sure. For those who took this trade, who was to take this trade, this was gonna be a nice entry at the break. No, yeah, the break. But this your stop loss. You need to look at your stop loss. This stop loss is too big. For that, like I said before, you're taking trade, always know your risk to reward before taking trades. At this stage, what will go back to this level? If I took this trade again, I would have secured profit because this level we were heavily rejected. But we broke this previous one. I think we should be having pushed to the top side. So we broke the previous 30 minutes high. The hourly, what's the hourly doing? We're rejecting the previous hourly. We're rejecting this level too. I will broke the high, we broke the low, but we're rejecting this side heavily. So we're gonna just keep having the push to the top side. Yeah, let's see. It only makes sense for us to keep on pushing to the top side when the London push comes in. This is about closing, so you're just gonna be reducing your risk accordingly. This level is a strong level. So once price get to this level again, one thing you guys need to know, you need to start securing profit. Secure profit because this level is a strong level, but overall the trend we're just pushing up on the hourly. So if price get to this level, I advise you just secure profit and see where the rest just leads to. So we're in the last 15 minutes of the 30. So what's this gonna do? I will be trying to create some sort of wick at the bottom to push EB. It only makes sense for us to keep pushing up to the top side. It only makes sense. What do you think? These are heavy rejections at the bottom. Heavy rejection. One, two. The third one is about going. So are we gonna be having momentum? Let's see. When we get to this level, always look to your left. This is a strong level of reaction. 5 minutes. Left for me, that's a trade I would take, but we're just rejecting this level heavily, but it is what it is. The previous 30 broke the high of 30 minutes. The hourly, we're having a heavy rejection for the bottom side. Ideally, we're just supposed to keep pushing to the top side. Oh, I love this. This is what I want to see. Let's check gold. Yeah, lots of USD news today, though, but you need to be careful. That's for the London session. Let's check the time for the USD news. Lots of USD news. USD, that's the London session. We have lots of USD news, so not now, but the New York session. Let's be careful. Give me a sec. Trading view. Oh no. Was that the right thing I copied? Oh. Okay, let's go to the chart. So right now we're approaching stop loss, but ideally it makes sense for price to go up. So I think GG is ranging. For those who took the first trade and secured profit, good for you. And for those who every day their losses and wins, this is the first loss of the live stream, but there's always another day. I took one trade and one on profit, and the other one was on loss, and it was beautifully managed. And yeah, there's always another day. Don't over trade. When you get just one or two trades a day, and yeah, you should be good. Don't over trade. Never do that. Let's see USD. Let's check gold. So right now there's no direction for GJ. I think this because of the news we had earlier on today regarding Brexit. I think that's why GJ is playing around. But this news. So you need to be really careful. Right now, GJ, you shouldn't be playing with GJ right now. Gold. One or two trade a day, and I took one. The first one, I managed my risks properly. I secured profit, and the second one, I just closed. I didn't like how it was looking, and I closed it. So one or two trade, and there's always tomorrow. If I miss my opportunity, I'll come back tomorrow and never over trade. let's take a good look at it. Oh, so this is your chart. Sell if price close between 1754, 1754. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Another way and buy if 1 hour can, okay, using what hour time frame with 1 hour close more than 16600, 16600. I love this. Let me show you a good way to like how you would have made that more like how you would have made that your confirmation way better for how you would have sold earlier than where you put the sell. Although that's not bad, but like how you would have made it way better. So let's go to gold. That's the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes. Oh, thanks. I want to be seeing chat like this. I love what is that as what I did. If did I say it right? But yeah, I love this. This is what I want to be seeing. I want to see what you think, and that's the only way you can learn. So let's go to the gold chart. Where is gold? So right now, if I was going to take a sell, what's the most recent support in the market? This was the most recent support in the market. This level. This. Let's try this. So what was the most recent support in the market? You need to be after what is happening right now. Yeah, okay. This is what you're supposed to be after right now, not what has happened. Yeah, this is rejection, but like you're supposed to be after this. Well, this is the most recent support. Should be where you're after. And if I was gonna buy, like the long, I don't know when you got into your chart, but if I was gonna buy, look for buys. I want to be looking for buys above this. Yeah, this level makes sense because we're rejecting this level. This level makes sense. Buy above this level. You said, what is it? You said 1766. No, 16600. Okay, 16600. That's where we're looking for buys. Yeah, that makes sense. But that thing you should be looking at, you need to be looking at this level. Look, another thing you should be looking at, you need to be looking at this. Where is it? Where is gold? You need to be looking at this level. This was your most recent resistance. This was your most recent resistance. Yeah, that makes sense. You were looking for buys. This was your most recent resistance. This level or this level. There are two places to look for buys. You need to look at this level. I need to look at this level. This place price really reacted on this level. I love the fact you were looking for buys. Yeah, yeah. When we broke above this level, yeah, I should be looking for buys. That makes sense. I think gold should continue shooting up to this level, because you need to mark out those areas before they even happen. If that makes sense. Buys below above this level or this level. If that makes sense. This was your most recent support. You were looking for sell below this place, not below this place. This is too low. This is not. This is rejection. When you're looking at support, this is support. This is support. This is just rejection. If you're looking for support, your most recent support in the market is this level. Your most recent support. Like, let's go back to your chart. You're looking for sell below this. This is way too low. You would have missed the move before it even happened. You only draw that. Why I say you draw that? You do that, and if price is coming down, price has to go fill this rejection that you put over here. This rejection, if that makes sense. Feel it. We break this support. What's price going to look for? It's always going to be scanning to the left. Okay, this level first. Then what's next? Now this level. But I think we're having momentum to the top side. And yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's really good. This is your most recent resistance. This was the most recent resistance and the most recent support. You should be after this and this. Sell up below and buy above. I think GJ is flying right now. For those who stay sticking in that trade, let's go back to GJ. So this, I think gold should keep on pushing to the top side because we just broke the previous study. I think gold should keep on pushing. I don't trade gold. I don't just trade gold. See, GJ GJ did not break the previous low. The next candle did not break the previous low, if you look. So, and the hourly is only making sense because we're rejecting heavily from the bottom side. Look at the hourly candle. Yeah, I love GJ a lot. Yeah, I've been looking at this pair for a long time. So I don't, because once I'm looking at, let's say for instance, I'm looking at gold, I'm looking at GU, GCAD, NZD, and stuff like that. When they move, let's say for, yeah, you set a lot, though people set a lot, but once I'm waiting for a specific thing to happen and I'm looking at other pairs, when the stuff happens, I miss the move, I miss the move. I have to wait for next confirmation. I don't like that. Why don't I just set my just focus on one pair? Once it's in that level, I just take my trade, put my lot, the right lot size, analyze everything, I just play it beautifully well. Rather checking everything. You can't trade everything. You need to know that. You can't trade everything. I love the what this guy just did. I love this. I want to be seeing chow. I want to see what you think. Before you draw your support and resistance, always be looking at your most recent levels. This was the most recent level, most recent support in the market, and this was the most recent resistance in the market. This, where is it? This level, not this one. This level was the most recent resistance and the most recent support. That's what you need to be looking at. The most recent. Forget about all what has happened. All what has happened has happened. You need to be looking at the most recent. This and this. Sorry, this and this. Then if you had executed when there was just momentum on the side, I think this was a London push. I think that just made gold just rally up. This would have been a nice trade. Yeah, so you can't be looking at everything. Just focus on one thing. For those on this pair still on this trade, I think it's still pushing. The hourly only makes sense because we just haven't pushed to the top side still. So if it makes sense. So right now, for those on these trades, what you just do, you'll be reducing your risk. The way we just break the high, yeah, we just broke the high. The new 15 minutes, we just broke the high. So if we're going up, you want to be making higher highs and higher lows, stuff like that, if that makes sense. So yeah, but GJ is really slow. Some days are like this, some days are fast, some days are slow, some days you have to wait. But I think there's momentum to the top side. Why? Because go to the hourly candle, see what's happening. This is what's happening on the hourly candle. Look, we're having rejection. 2 straight hours, we're having straight rejections. And selling, you want to see some sort of sell confirmation to take sell. Like I said, you want to see a bearish candle, then you want to see this candle breaking the previous bearish candle, the 30 minutes or the second 15 minutes of the 30 minutes, not the first. The first is always can just be a fake out. Oh wow. Like I said, who was on the live stream earlier, like I said, this level is a level of reaction. If price get to this level, you want to be securing profit. I said that, then just let run as run. But that's if you have the magic keys, which I have. You need to, for traders, I advise you to get this stuff. It's really efficient and really good for managing risk. Managing your risk, cutting losses short, really efficient. So what I told you was price get to this level because this level we've been rejecting this level. This one came rejected, the second one came rejected. Now this is the third, it came to this level rejected. So I'm not really convinced, or are we just rejecting to go down, or what? You never know. That's why you plan your ideas. We've done it 3 times now, 3 times in a row. So is that a strong level we are not breaking? Very possible. Because this level this level is just it's a strong level too. If I put this to the left, because once I'm drawing my zones, when I draw zones, I look at the left. Look at the left. When I'm drawing my zones, look how this level. One price got to this level. What was happening on this level? tapped in, reverse, tapped in, 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 tapped in. Now look at this. We're rejecting this level. This was support, 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 support. Now we're resisting, resisting, resisting. So are we going to be pushing back down? It totally makes sense. You never know. So, but so far the higher time frame is giving us the direction of where trade is going. And yeah, the first 15 minutes broke the high already. So it only makes sense for the next 15 or the next candle to just keep flipping bullish. We're rejecting now. We're going to be pushing up. Let's see. We haven't broken the low of this candle. We haven't, then the next candle did not break the low. Now this candle is being formed. It hasn't broken the low yet, but we broke the high. We're just making higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, maybe the next hour. Yeah, the next hour, because the London, there's not really definite movement yet in the London session. It's just playing. It's just playing right now because we right now the pound is a very significant level. The pound is a very significant level. Let's go to the daily. The daily is bullish. This level, if you look all the way to your left, look at the daily, like we're having reactions. But once we leave this level right now, like for instance, let's say today or next week we leave this level, we should be having clean moves because what do you see to the other side? We're having like straight candles and just pushing up. Once we leave this level, is just really rough and reacting so bad. So let's see the 15. Are we gonna be? Oh, the 15 just flipped and we're flipping for those. Wow, 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 wow! I love this. For those on this trade, this level is a level to secure profit and just let runners run. Let's see what gold is doing. The gold still push or gold just this was the move for if I was on this trade. If I had seen this, this was my level. I would have executed right here. I saw we created some sort of support on this level. This was gonna be my entry for sure. Pushing all the way up. This was gonna be my entry. Once we create support, we've been heading down. Price created support. What's gonna happen? You're gonna anticipate your buys, take an aggressive entry. You want to take a break of the previous candle to push up, which it did. Then the rest should be history. Because now we broke resistance. Are we trying to create another support to push back up? Yeah, very possible. Yeah. So GJ is just making this move right now. Wow. For those who took this trade, this should be a nice trade. This was a nice trade for sure. Wow, it's just about hitting TP and yeah, TP smashed. Wow, we just go. Wow, I love this. I love this. I love this. This was a beautiful trade. This was a beautiful trade. Oh, it only makes sense. So, I appreciate a like for those who took this trade, a like on the like button. I do this every day, Monday to Friday. Just like, subscribe, and share this page. Tomorrow we're gonna be here. The trade is just playing beautifully well. For those who took this trade, yeah, there's always tomorrow. So, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Peace. No over trading, like I said, never over trade. Wow.